Good morning, children. This is Mrs. Anjum Aleem from Springfields School, masabtank, biology teacher for class 10. As you all know that we are already in lesson number 6, reproduction. Today I am going to deal with very interesting and important topic, that is cell division. Where do we find cell division? What is cell division? Now, what is cell division? Cell division is the process by which a parent cell divides into two or more daughter cells. Cell division usually occurs as a part of larger cell cycle. There are two types of cell division, mitosis and meiosis. Most of the time, when people refer to cell division, they mean mitosis, the process of making new body cells. Meiosis is the type of cell division that creates eggs and sperm cells. Mitosis and meiosis are the two types of cell division. Yes. You must have observed that you are growing in your height. There is development taking place in your body. This growth and development is because of the cell division, which is called as mitosis. Whereas meiosis is another type of cell division which takes place only in the gametes, in the sex cells, in the formation of egg and sperm. So we are going to do in detail about the mitosis and the meiosis in today's session. As we have just now discussed that cell division is a part of cell cycle. Yes. What is cell cycle? As you can see here in this slide, there is G1, S, G2 and M phases. So it is a series of stages a cell passes through to divide and produce new cells. This entire process where with the help of one single parent cell, a new cell population grows and develops is known as cell cycle. Yes, children, do you know what is cell cycle? We have studied in 9th grade that according to the cell theory, we have seen, which was put forward by Schleiden and Swan, we have seen there that every organism is made up of cells, right? Plants, animals, everyone. And the second point that we have seen is the present cells arise from the pre-existing cell. How? By the cell division. So, you must understand that the cell cycle is a continuous process. It is a process which is and the process of cell division, mitosis, take place between 40 to 60 minutes. So mitosis is a part of cell cycle. Cell cycle is consisting of the phases called G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase and M phase. M phase is actually the cell division phase, which is mitotic phase, and with this in turn is again consisting of the four phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, that I will do in detail. For now you have to remember the cell cycle is having the four phases: G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase and M phase. We will see what are these phases. Now G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase come under the interphase, that is long period. Actually that is the resting period. Whereas the division phase or mitosis is M phase and it is a short phase. As you can see here, it is in continuous. After the G1 phase, after the mitosis, the two cells are produced, the daughter cells. They will continue the G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase and M phase. Now what exactly happens in the G1 phase? It is a period of cell growth before the DNA is duplicated. Now I will tell you what is DNA also. We all of us know that our body is made up of cells, and cell contains the nucleus, and of course the nucleus has the genetic material, chromosomes, which are made up of genes, and genes are made up of DNA. So whenever the cell division has to take place, there should be duplication of chromosomes, that is the DNA duplication takes place, multiplication, replication of DNA. So G1 phase is the period of phase which is between the completion of mitosis and before the beginning of DNA replication. It is called as the G1 phase. The phase after the mitosis and before the DNA replication is called as the G1 phase. S phase is the actual phase where the DNA synthesis takes place. That is, the duplication of chromosomes takes place in the S phase. That is the actual phase. Then what is the G2 phase? G2 phase is the phase between the end of DNA replication and the beginning of mitosis. That is, after the DNA replication and before the mitosis is called as the G2 phase. And we all know that M phase is the mitotic phase, which has prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, which is a cell division takes place, and which is followed, nuclear division takes place first, called as the karyokinesis, followed by the division of cytoplasm known as the cytokinesis, giving rise to the two daughter cells. These two daughter cells, as shown in the slide, will further continue with G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, and again mitotic division. Now just now, as I told you, what is the structure of the chromosome? To know the structure of the chromosome, you have to go through this thing. You know, this is a cell having a nucleus present inside the cell, and inside the nucleolus is present, and the genetic material chromatin is present. These chromatin are thread-like structures, and they condense to form the chromosomes. Yes, nuclear envelope membrane is present surrounding the nucleus. If you see these threads, they look like this. These are called as the chromosomes. The center of the chromosome, where the chromatids, the arms are attached, is called as the centromere. And the chromosome is made up of, this is one chromosome, it is made up of sister chromatids. You can have one short arm and one long arm. So we have two short arms and two long arms. They are called as the sister chromatids. So like that, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes present in the human gametes. How many are there? 23 pairs. That is 46 chromosomes are present. Out of 23 pairs, 22 pairs are called as autosomes, and one pair of chromosome is called as the sex chromosome. This you will do in detail in lesson number 8, heredity. For now, you just remember what is centromere, what are the chromatids. Chromatids are the arms of the chromosome. Just for your revision, cell contains the nucleus in its center, and nucleus contains thread-like genetic material called chromatin, which is highly coiled and are called as chromosomes, which are made up of genes, and genes are made up of DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. You will study in higher grades in detail about it. Now we have to see how does the mitosis takes place, mitotic division. As I told you, mitosis is also called as the equational division. Why? Because it occurs only in the somatic cells. Second thing is, the daughter cells are just identical to the parent cell. The number of chromosomes in the daughter cells are equal to the number of chromosomes in the parent cell. And here the nucleus divide only once. There are 4 phases in the mitosis: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Chromosomes number double at the beginning, and later on they again divide into 2 equal halves. So the number of chromosomes in the daughter cell will be equal to the number of chromosomes in the parent cell. And no crossing over or linkage takes place in the mitosis. First phase is the interphase, that is the resting phase. Whereas prophase is again the second phase, you can call it, or you can call it prophase as the first phase, in which the chromatin material becomes condensed. They become condensed and clear. That means the chromosomes become clear. They split lengthwise to form the chromatids connected by centromere. And the most important thing is the nuclear membrane disappears in the prophase. In the metaphase, these chromosomes come and lie on the equatorial line. and centrioles are present in the cell, which will develop these thread-like structures called as the spindle fibers. So the spindle fibers are formed. Centromeres get attached to the spindle fibers in metaphase. And finally, the centromere splits, separating the chromatids. The next phase is anaphase. During the anaphase, the spindle fibers attached to the centromere contract, pulling the chromatid towards the poles. So the chromosomes are now split. One arm is going to one pole and the other arm is going to the other pole. You can see red and blue? Yes. And the last phase is the telophase, where the chromatids elongate, become invisible, nuclear membrane reappears around the daughter nuclei, and nucleus is finally divided into the two nuclei, daughter nuclei, and the division of the nucleus is called as the karyokinesis, which is followed by the division of the cytoplasm, which is called as the cytokinesis. Now this is the summary of the mitosis, that is the different stages in mitosis: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. As I told you, during the prophase, chromosomes become visible and the chromatids, they split. Chromosomes also split to form the chromatids and the nuclear membrane disappears. And in metaphase, they come and lie on the equatorial region. Chromosomes come and lie. They move to the spindle equator. Centromeres get attached to the spindle fibers. So spindle fibers are developed from centrioles, which are present in the cell. And anaphase, during anaphase, the spindle fibers attached to the centromere contract, thereby pulling the chromatids towards the poles. And last telophase, again, the chromatids elongate, become invisible, and the nuclear membrane form round the daughter nuclei. The nucleus is finally divided, which is followed by the division of the cytoplasm. This is how we define the karyokinesis and the cytokinesis. Karyokinesis is the division of the nucleus. The nuclear material gets divided into the two, nucleus is divided into the two daughter nuclei, and cytokinesis is the division of the cytoplasm. Coming to the second type of cell division, which is called as the meiosis. Meiosis is the process of having the amount of chromosomes becomes half to prepare for sexual reproduction. Since gametes are involved in sexual reproduction, their chromosomes must be reduced to half, since the male gamete will fertilize the female gamete, completing the diploid number. If suppose the chromosomes do not become half, then they will double up. There is no possibility of reproduction. So first the chromosomes become half. In the meiosis, 4 daughter haploid cells are formed. Meiosis takes place in two phases, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis is the form of nuclear cell division that results in daughter cells that have 1/2 the chromosome number as the original cell. In organisms that are diploid, the end results in cells that are haploid. I will tell you what is haploid. Suppose there are 2 chromosomes, then only one chromosome will be inherited by the daughter cell. So each daughter cell will get one complete set of chromosome, one of each homologous pair of chromosome. There are always pairs, as I told you, 23 pairs, out of which 22 pairs are called autosomes and one pair is called as the sex chromosome. Out of that homologous pair of sex chromosome, only one chromosome will be received by the daughter cell. Like this, the meiosis takes place. It is also called as the reductional division because the number of chromosomes are reduced. Now the most important thing in the meiosis 1 is the crossing over takes place, the linkage takes place, where the genetic material get exchanged like this. You can see half of the blue portion is shifted to red and the half of the red shifted to blue. That is, chiasmata is formed, a cross-shaped structure is formed and the genetic material get exchanged in the meiosis 1. But The meiosis 2 is very simple. It is similar to the mitosis. Meiosis 2 is similar to mitosis. You just have to remember only few points about the meiosis. It occurs in the germ cells. Nucleus divides twice. 4 daughter cells are formed. Daughter cells are all haploid. They have half the number of parent chromosome and they form gametes. Chromosome is not double up at the beginning of the cell division, and crossing over takes place and helps in sexual reproduction. These are the points that you have to remember about the meiosis. Mostly they ask in the exam, write the differences between the mitosis and the meiosis. Or they will ask you, write the different stages of the mitosis. You have to describe the 4 stages of mitosis along with the diagram. So this is the difference. Only 2 daughter cells are produced in mitosis, which are diploid, having the same number of chromosomes as parent. And in meiosis, 4 daughter cells are produced, which are haploid, having half the number of chromosomes compared to parents. These are the differences. Mitosis takes place in somatic cells, meiosis takes place in reproductive cells. Chromosome number of a parent is maintained, chromosome number of parent is reduced to half. No crossing over, no chiasmata formation in mitosis. Crossing over and chiasmata formation occurs in meiosis. You will study in detail about this linkage and crossing over in higher grades. Cytokinesis, that is the division of cytoplasm, is necessary after telophase 1. Cytokinesis is not necessary after telophase 1. 2 daughter cells are formed at the end and 4 daughter cells are formed at the end, which are haploid. In mitosis they are diploid. In meiosis they are haploid. Today we have seen the definition of cell division and also the 2 types of cell division, cell cycle and its phases, different stages of mitosis and different stages of meiosis. Difference between the mitosis and the meiosis also we have covered. Note down the homework. Draw and explain the different stages of mitosis. Write the differences between the mitosis and the meiosis. Hope you understood the concept. Thank you very much for watching this video.